The Grimwade family actually showing real life despite social media feeding us all that real hype. We just some real guys trying to give some high definition to reality. Family acrobatically juggling lives, smothered in crowds to avoid eternal casualty trust. It ain't easy, but teamwork make the dream work. It's me, Ella, Hezzy, Hosanna, Harper and Hallie, and I ain't forget that has a rage and family.
Hello.
Hello, babe. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Sorry, I thought I cut my hand, but I hadn't.
Oh, good.
Excellent. Hope you guys are all okay. We are. I feel like we're floating along today, as you do. Just cruising, taking life as it comes, and just enjoying life. Just saw a football fly over the window in the background. I'm assuming that's Hezzy. The boys are back. They're back from Paris. I'm sure Hezzy will fill you in on the time that they had. But it's lovely to have them home. The girls and I had a nice time while they were away in Hazaraya. We went to the cinema, chilled out at my mum's house. I went to see a friend. But yeah, it was an okay time. But it's always great to be back together right now. Over me. Did I get it right?
Yes, you
yes!
did.
The lyrics.
I was leaving you because I didn't know if you were going to get it right. Well, that's cool.
How are you guys? Are you all enjoying whatever sun you may be having? Because it's got a bit sunnier here now, isn't it? So, but yeah.
It has. And what's good? A lot of the people, subscribers, family, friends, Grimwade Gang members,
yeah, that's it.
they all wish you Happy Mother's Day from the States because
yes,
it was yesterday.
Of course. I meant to message my dear friend Ashley yesterday to say Happy Mother's Day because she lives in America, so happy Mother's Day. And thank you guys to all those of you that wished me Happy Mother's Day. I had a happy day yesterday. And Happy Mother's Day to all you mums in, I think it's America, New Zealand, Australia. There was different places. Okay. Sorry, I don't remember all the different places where it was Mother's Day yesterday.
But wherever it was,
Happy Mother's Day to you. I hope you had a lovely day and were treated beyond measure for all the wonderful things you do as a mum, because mums are the best.
Yes, sir. Oh man, what a weekend.
What a weekend indeed. Are you going to fill us in, babe?
Yeah, man. Yes, guys, what's happening? Me and Hezzy are back. And to all those who are asking, were we vlogging in Paris? Unfortunately not. And it's not because we don't want to take you with us. We would love to take you everywhere. But as vloggers, and as other vloggers will probably tell you, there are certain places where they are very, very finicky about you filming. Usually places that involve other children. So for instance, obviously Hezzy's playing and that's fine, but I can't just film Hezzy in a football game going around because unfortunately obviously other people are trying to stop him and there's other people in his team, children that is, and you're not allowed, like in Hezzy's academy, you're not allowed to do all the filming and like put it up, you know, on your socials and stuff like that.
Protection that?
Yeah. You can do things like photos and stuff like that, but even then you need to be wary about who you're putting in your pictures and stuff like that. It's all very weird. In a social media world, you actually got quite a lot of restriction, but we do our best. Anyway, I am actually going to call Hez and ask him to come in because I'll tell you in short, he'll probably retell you, but basically in a nutshell, Chelsea did very well and they got to the final and they lost in the final. It was the most heartbreaking thing. Hello, Baba.
Hi.
You okay? How are you feeling? You're feeling much better, aren't you? Yes? Sorry, Hallie was just running through and then she starts sniffing up the place. I thought you was better.
Fine.
I thought you was better. Are you trying to play out for the cameras?
No.
Yes,
Come on, turn to us so we can see your face. Hey!
Look at this pretty hair. Oh wow, you put cream in your hair. But yeah, look at this pretty hair. It's very, very nice, isn't it? Mummy did yours too.
You're twinning with Hosanna now.
Yeah. Do you like it? Yeah?
Have you lost your voice, love?
Where's your voice gone?
You were very good with taking the pain of it, like if it was a bit tight to start off with, isn't it? You did very well, but it's not tight anymore, is it?
This is Hallie when she just wants to get back out and play. Hallie is go get 'em. She don't like sitting still, do you? You got ants in your pants.
She's like, I'm not trying to engage you.
Have you got ants in your pants? Alright, I won't torture you anymore. Yeah, so let me call Hez in and we'll get his standpoint on things and view. Hez!
Yeah?
Come in please, mate. Alright. Hez, I know we don't usually do this, but I'm going to allow you to sit on the side. Just for height purposes. So, Yes, so we are back from Paris. Hezzy, I just gave a very, very brief rundown about what happened, but how did things go?
So we worked really hard in the group stage. We like completed that, and then
You came top in that, didn't you?
Yeah, we came top in that, and then like so we were in one group stage. Then we went into like a different group stage, kind of.
But it was with all the elite teams, wasn't it?
Yeah, with
So
all the elite
the top
teams.
two from the first group stage
Would go through.
out of all the groups would go into one like mega group.
Yeah, and then in our next group that we played, we beat Ajax in that game, and in Brussels, as you might know from the previous video that I might have said, like, we lost to Ajax, but then we got our revenge on Ajax, and then in the final, we played them again, but they beat us 3-0, and we were all so sad about that, and we were like, how did we let that happen? Like, why did we lose our heads in the game? Like, why didn't we just keep going? And all the like, not all the other teams, but like Liverpool and West Ham, they were all cheering for us. Chelsea, Chelsea, come on Chelsea! And it was really good, yeah. And even some of the French like mums and dads and other teams were supporting us. But
Sevilla were
Sevilla,
supporting you guys.
Yeah, and we actually like were in the same room as Sevilla, in the same changing room, and they were cheering us on, and we were talking to them in like, they could speak a bit of English and we were speaking a bit of Spanish to them, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, a little bit.
Do you know how to say hello in Spanish?
Yeah. Hola.
Very good.
And how are you?
Muy bien.
Oh well, that's
Yeah,
no,
I'm good.
yeah, that's you're good. Yeah, you're replying to me.
Oh, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah,
and then you say muy bien. It was just really sad for all of us boys and our parents.
Yeah, so Hezzy hasn't seen me cry very often, if at all. But it was really odd, right? Because I ended up being asked by the Chelsea staff who didn't want to on the mic announce all the names and stuff, which I took a lot of pride in, to be totally honest, and I was happy to do. Obviously I'm quite comfortable in front of a camera, as you guys may know, but I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So I announced the Chelsea team, and it was quite emotional. I don't know why, like it just felt like, oh, like, you know, I'm bringing these boys in, you know what I mean, and they looked over like Dad or Uncle Tim's doing the announcing, this is mad, like, and I saw a little smile turn up, almost like it's showtime, do you know what I mean? And to be fair, they went out and it was a 12-minute game, so it was quite a short game, but they pretty much, you know, controlled the whole game for about 8 minutes. Then the first goal went in, and it just hit them hard, and their heads went a bit, and then it went 2-3 quite quickly, and then ended. But it was mad because when I saw Hezzy break down at the end, like, I know what he's feeling, but I also knew what he had to do in that moment. He had to grab a hold of his feelings, and he has to put it into hard work and application on the pitch. But obviously I'm an adult, do you know what I mean? I know this through experience. Hezzy hasn't had this experience yet. So it was so hard because I knew they could have won the game, but because, you know, there was a couple of errors in judgment, they didn't. I wonder how it made you feel seeing me cry. Like, you know, because
Daddy said he put his face in your chest.
I did, because I was absolutely all over the shop. Like, and the thing was, we had hundreds of people coming to us because they thought Hezzy was so good.
You said to me this morning, hasn't it? You said, "Oh, Mum, I had so many other teams and the coaches and the parents coming up to me."
It was a real contradiction in emotion, because we're there upset. But then there was everyone else going, "You're a brilliant player," like trying to find their English to describe how much they thought of him, bless them. So, I mean, but yeah, there's this whole, you know, not, what's the saying, big boys don't cry, or, you know, men don't cry, real men don't cry. And it's difficult because we have a lot of mental health issues through this kind of thing, where they say, you know, real men don't cry or whatever, and then they lock all their emotions up until they break them. like break the person's mental. Do you know what I mean? And it's not true. People do cry, men and women, and it's fine. But yeah, let me let you talk here. Sorry, I've been over talking.
When Daddy put his head in my chest, I was like, what's happening? Like, because I'm not used to it. I was like, is he just like hugging me, or is he crying, or I didn't know what he was doing. But then he looked at me and I saw he was crying, and I was like, oh, he's crying. Are you okay? But like, I knew what he was like sad about. He was sad for us boys that we lost, because we put all of our hard work to get into the final, and we beat them in the group stage, so we could have done it again, but we all just lost our heads, and then
it just wasn't to be.
Yeah.
But you know, and I know that kind of frustration. There was a real good shot. Hezzy had a couple of good moments in the game where he had and from the crowd and that. And basically there was a ball that came over and he received it on the half turn. He spun the defender, and then on his weaker foot, which is his left, even though he plays as much on his left as he does on his right, he hammered a shot, like, and it hit the crossbar and bounced out, and he jumped up in frustration and was like, no, like, and
anybody who doesn't know what the crossbar is,
yeah, sorry, the top of the goal, the frame of the goal, so you know, so close to being in, but just not quite. And you know, at that point he was just like, what have I got to do to, you know, get my team back in this? But yeah, I mean, does it make you think, oh, Dad, that's weak to cry, or anything like that?
No, not really. I just think, like, he's upset that us boys didn't get what we deserved.
Yeah.
And that's all I think.
Do you think it was helpful to see me cry?
Yeah, because, like, I know that I'm not the only person who's sad. Like, I know my friends were crying, but, like, just to know that, like, in my family, I wasn't the only one crying there, so it was actually quite helpful, I thought.
Okay, good. Well, that's kind of what I was wondering, like, you know, whether it was helpful for you, or what the heck are you doing?
Whenever, I totally understand what you're saying, because whenever you are going through an emotion, whether it's a happy one or a sad one or what have you, it is nice to know that you're not going through it by yourself. So you've got someone there next to you who's experiencing it with you, so it shows that they understand. And I think especially in sport in general or competitive arenas, you're out there putting all the hard work and energy into trying to win, you know, as the athlete. But when you know that your support emotionally, like your parents or your, you know, supporters on the outside are there with you, going through the emotions, they're obviously not going through it physically, but they're there supporting you, it must help. And, you know, I'm glad that Daddy was able to experience that with you, Hez.
Yeah, me too, Mum. It's just like, I know you lot were supporting me from at home. I know Mr. was, I know everyone was, my grandparents, anyone who knew what I was doing.
The subscribers, all the Insta followers. You've got loads of messages on Insta. It's just so many I couldn't get through.
Yeah, God.
100%.
Everyone.
100%. I saw you, like, Hezzy often, like, prays to himself before he starts. Don't you? You know, you point and you know, it's obvious he's praying before he's starting. And I think that is also a great witness to other people, that you have the confidence to do that, you know, in front of people and show who you really are. Do you know what I mean? Because that's important. It's important to never go nowhere and change for the sake of other people. You know, you've got to do you, and if people like it, they like it, and if they don't, well, you can please some of the people some of the time, but never all the people all the time. So, right. So yeah, man. All right, mate. Well, I'm gonna let you get back out, because one thing I'm conscious of is when Hezzy comes home from something that's so taxing, they don't really realise how taxing it is. You know, when he was on the way home, he was a zombie. He was knocked out. They give every ounce of anything that they have. Do you know what I mean? And that's both emotionally and physically. And that is, like, the emotionally side, it's probably more draining than the physical, because what do you reckon?
I think the physical is more.
I think as you grow, you might find it's the other way around. The physical feel you noticeably, oh, my arms or my legs or where, but you probably don't, because you're so fit. Like, I remember when I was your age, I'd go out yesterday and run around everywhere, come up the next morning and do the same thing.
And we weren't as fit 8-year-olds as Hezzy is.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's another good point. But I think as you grow, you'll realise, you know what, when I've had to build all my expectations up only to have them, you know, crushed or anything like that, you find that is quite difficult to deal with. So anyway, guys, we love you guys so much. Thank you for rocking with us. I've been thinking about this while we've been away, that, you know, I put out videos and, you know, they're 15, 20,000 people have watched them within a day. Do you know what I mean? And on a lot of videos, and I'm thinking, that support is so amazing, and we just don't take an ounce of it for granted. So God bless you all, and to all the people who say, you know, you're such an inspiring family. We're just trying to keep it real, but we are so glad that you are inspired, and
Definitely
we hope
so.
that we could continue to do that. So yeah, man.
Grimwade Gang, we love you.
We
Love
do.
you.
Later.
So you think you were right? Bring it on, prove me